Tom O'Connor, a senior foreign policy writer, joins us now live from New York. Tom, it's good to have you here with us on TRT World. Now, what is your navigation through this report?
I certainly think it's interesting that the Taiwanese feel much more confident in their capabilities than perhaps in previous years. Obviously, Taiwan has always said that it's capable of defending itself, but at the same time relies heavily on U.S. military assistance. I think that if we look at the U.S. assessments and other assessments of the Chinese military, we'll see the People's Liberation Army has certainly risen very much in capabilities. And in fact, the focus in recent years has very much been on these sort of amphibious maritime operations that incorporate not just air and sea capabilities, but those sort of landing capabilities. We've seen the PLA drills. So I think that while, of course, Taiwan wants to send a message to Beijing, at the same time, China feels very much prepared, or at least is in the process of preparing to do or to be able to carry out such an operation.
Tom, but certainly China does not agree with this report, correct?
Oh, certainly, yeah. I would certainly say that China does not feel concerned as much by the findings of this report. Of course, I do think that what China is concerned about, obviously, is the U.S. Sort of element to this. The U.S. systems being sold to Taiwan, the U.S. Military system, the broader relationship between Washington and Taipei, and of course, the essential question here is if there was some sort of conflict that broke out, how much of a role would the U.S. actually play? I think that is something that China is concerned about.
Okay, Tom, now assuming the findings of this report are trustworthy, they're credible, is it likely to stay this way, or do you think China is going to perhaps do something about bringing more troops on the ground?
Well, I think that China certainly has laid out its view on the situation as far as Taiwan being a part of the People's Republic of China. That's a Chinese view, of course, and that Taiwan will be reunified with China by force or by diplomacy. Obviously they're offering talks, but if not, they said they'll go in one way or another. So I don't think that the findings of this specific report will have a major impact on China's long-term planning. I think that China has already set out to modernize its forces, and we've heard, by the middle of this century, China wants to become a world-class military, and I think that that extends to in some ways, some global capabilities. So especially, I think the first priority of China is to ensure that the Taiwan Strait is an area that it can deny access to for other forces, and of course, ensure that it's able to take Taiwan back if it so chooses to do so.
All right, Tom O'Connor in New York. It's always a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.